Hi, welcome back to Budget Prepping. I'm your host, Dr. Matt. We're doing our final MOLLE bag that clips onto my bug out bag. And again, these clips are absolutely amazing. They're really, healthy snaps. They've got, safety lanyard here you could do as well. I wonder what's in this one. Let's check it out. So again, each one I've got like tuna packets in one. I've got some ration bars, SOS Labs ration bars, which we have in the links below. But my green ones are my food, and my camo ones are my kind of more basic survival. Now this one's kind of my miscellaneous. So with that, let's see what we got. So I open it up. I love putting things in baggies. This one has, let's open this up even further. So somebody gave me free hand sanitizer there. I went to the dentist and got free dental floss. I went to a church potluck and got a free wooden spoon. That wasn't my priority there. And then I also went to a family gathering, and somebody didn't know what to buy me for Christmas, so I got a bunch of weird stuff, including a folding fork. Pretty strange. But probably the weird thing that I have right out of the gate here is I've got quarters. And I keep them in film canisters because each one holds about $6, maybe 6 1/4. So I've got some money right here that I could potentially use. Now, in the worst of the worst times, money's not going to be much value. I have other things that I can consider trading. We talked about that in our one about the fire lighting gear. But in the event of this, this is pretty good. I mean, if it's just to get home, with a flood or something like that, yeah, it might be helpful to have that. But it is so necessary to actually have something exchangeable. And people may not be interested in paper money at some point here potentially soon. And money may be completely gone. So I'm keeping in mind carrying coins on me at all, but you never know. Here's another goodie that I've got pulled out of my bag. This is what they call a finger saw. And now this one's relatively unpleasant to use. I actually carry gloves in my bag. I would wear gloves to use these, but you put, a finger through there and just shoe shine your way through a small log. Now I would target a rotten log that's still hanging out there, and then something like 2 or 3 inches maximum, and bust right through it, and then make my own firewood instead of trying to find little tiny pieces. So that's really helpful for that. I got that. I think I picked up half a dozen of those for a couple of bucks. I'll see if I can find one. I'll throw a link below. Please like and subscribe, by the way. That is so helpful. Somebody gave me a really, really awesome knife, which I will share in a future episode, but it included this high-grade deluxe knife sharpener. So you can do scissors, you can do knives. It even, this one here, you can even do serrated type stuff, and it even has the pull out to really, a diamond thing here to pull out and do serrated items as well. Magnetically held. I could put a lanyard on that with some paracord that I've got, but again, it fits in my MOLLE bag. Now here's one of the things that I love the most, and it's just a breath mint tin. But you can have a whole bunch of these, and what they have inside is so helpful. In my case, I keep my lighters. Now, when it comes to lighters, I am absolutely of the opinion of the importance of buying a name brand lighter. And I like the ones with an adjustable flame here as well. In a severe setting, I'm turning that way down so that lighter lasts me a very, very long time. But buying junk, we noticed that my wife would actually have difficulty running the junk ones, because if you're not getting spark and then it gets real hot, what'll happen is when you stop, the flint will want to actually try to weld to the grinding wheel. And that's not good, because then it becomes unusable for her. So the two brands I like are Bic and Scripto. Scripto seems to hold a little bit more. I actually have a Scripto right here. This is the one I use the most. It feels smooth, but again, it's not perfect. I got to turn way down. I can turn it up. That's better. But again, it seems like it holds more fuel in there. And keeping it in the tin prevents accidental disbursement of the fuel. So yeah. Okay, next on our list in this bag is, that knife that came with a knife sharpener. This is a Lansky. The whole thing weighs a ton. This is put together by our friends by Urban Tactical, designed by Mr. Williamson himself. But if you notice, it's a serious knife. I mean, it's got a full grip on it, hard shell plastic, feels like glass-filled nylon. It's got a lanyard hole in the back. It's metal throughout, metal back, but it's got a short blade, which prevents you in a lot of settings from having somebody question whether or not your blade is too long. Being a shorty blade like that, it gets you out of some really scary situations. And then, but it's very positive to open, very positive to close. Weighs a lot though, but if I'm doing a deep survival setting, this is probably what I'm considering to use to skin an animal. So, but again, it comes with that world-class knife sharpener, which I've used several times. I've used the knife sharpener more than I have the knife. Now, here's old news here to consider. This is actually a spray thing of some pepper spray. And I got this when it first came out. I'm like, oh my goodness. And but not when they first came out, because they were like 20, 30 bucks. This is so old, I don't know if it works. It doesn't weigh much, so I go ahead and keep it in my bag. But when I have show and tell, when I show people what's in my bag, yeah, there it is. Now, are there other things that I have that are better for safety and security? Sure, absolutely. But this might help. Now, one thing I love about this particular style, you can actually fire it without having to take it out of the sheath. And you could keyring that if you want. My suggestion is that every woman or person that has some challenges defending themselves would have one of these, at least in their car. So that if you had to do something where, now on the keyring part here, I've actually got a P38 can opener, super emergency, but I know more about opening a can that we'll share in a future episode. I don't need a can opener because of what I'll show you. Absolutely amazing. But with that, that ends, oh, no, I got one more thing. Oh, yeah, this one. Nice sheath here, little clip on here. Now this one, again, I'll keep it in my MOLLE, so I don't have to worry about that. Clip it open it up. Now this one, I'm not going to open it all the way, but if you look close, it's got like chainsaw chain and some straps. That just makes it an industrial version of a finger saw. So you can hold those straps and strap that around each hand and just do that, making sure that the chainsaw blade is on there. Now, I've seen the videos on this. A guy busted through like a 6-inch or 8-inch log in no time at all. And I was like, yeah, I definitely need that, because where I live, we get windstorms all the time. Not like big tornadoes or stuff, that even what's going on literally right now in Ohio and Oklahoma and Texas. But when we have windstorms, they'll be sustained 50, 60 miles an hour for hours. And then trees go down. We have one photo we had from this last winter where a particular stretch of one of the main roads on our island had 100 trees down in a mile. And just littered, and it took a full week for all the neighbors to come with their chainsaws. Everybody's clearing the road, taking home free firewood to be able to get through that. So again, those are my items there. I'm going to list a whole bunch of featured items below. Again, please like and subscribe. Check out all of those links. It blesses me if not only do you click on a link, but you can do the rest of your Amazon shopping through my links as well. And you don't have to even buy the featured item, which is absolutely amazing. But it does bless me. So thank you for being with us. This is a little bit of a long episode, but that is that particular kit. So with that, we'll see you next time. Take care.